Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually just coming on with a couple questions, and maybe not even a couple, I don't know. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a project. I have glue all over my fingers. I have all this fun stuff going on here, but I was realizing as I'm sitting here inking my journaling cards, this is the one part of journal making that I don't really look forward to. It takes a lot of time to ink the edges of all the journaling cards or the ephemera, you know, stuff like that. And I was just curious to know from anybody else out there who does make journals, do you ink all your edges on all your ephemera, or is there an easier way to do it, or what do you do? Because I feel like the majority of my time when I'm making a journal goes into inking my edges. And there's been times, there's a couple of journals that I have made in the past where I don't ink any of the edges. But the way it looks, like, let's see. Let's take these two for example. So this is the one that has ink on the edges, or whatever it's called, distressing the edges, and this one doesn't. Now granted, it's very pretty. It's not that it doesn't, but you know, like when you ink it, it just gives it a little extra, I don't know, character, age, I don't know the word I'm trying to think of, but it's just, it does look nicer. But it does, like I said, take up so much of my time, especially if you have a lot of ephemera. Sometimes I put so much ephemera, or not put, but print out so much ephemera for a journal that I'm making that I look at the pile and ask myself, what was I thinking? I mean, yes, it's good to put a lot of ephemera in a journal because you never know what the recipient of the journal is going to do with it. You know, do they need all these cards? Is it enough cards? Is it not enough? So I like to make too much rather than not enough, because it's one thing to set aside some stuff that you don't need when you're working on a journal. But it's not great when you are filling your journal and you run out of ephemera or run out of journaling cards to write on, or, you know, stuff like that. So I do tend to make a lot of extra ephemera, and normally I don't put everything, actually no, not normally, all the time I don't put all of the ephemera in the journal. I do send along anything extra that I do have, so it's not like I print it out and then I keep it. I don't do that, but I don't at the same time put everything in the journals, because then you don't want to overload it either. So that's that. So I guess really my question is, because I said questions, but it's really only one question. People that ink their edges, is there a better way to ink? Number one, I guess. Or is this really the only correct way to do it? I don't know if there's a shortcut or if there's an easier way or whatnot, but I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to see if there's any time-saving tips anybody can give me. Also, if you don't ink your edges, what do you do? I mean, obviously, you know, you can print out your ephemera and just not touch the edges at all. That's fine too. But I just didn't know if there's anything else that people did out there that makes journals to their ephemera, just to give it that extra little oomph. So I will continue to ink my 1001 pieces of ephemera that I thought was such a good idea to print out. And now, like 5 hours later, I'm kind of regretting my decisions. But that's okay, because this journal is really going to be super pretty. And looking at this ephemera, you can probably guess it's a very florally themed journal. Let me just finish inking this one, and I will show you just a sneak peek at some of the stuff that I printed out. So we have these kind of journaling cards, which are really nice. We have some tags here, and everything's blank on the back because I like to put them, or I like to keep them blank, because this is well, to me, when I do a journaling cards like this, obviously you don't do anything to the front. I mean, you can if you want to. I personally don't. But on the back, I like to journal. So I'd write something here. I'd put a quote. I like to do a lot of quotes. I like to write my own poems and stuff. So that's usually what I would do on the back of a journaling card like this, or, even a tag like that. Sometimes with these, I'll put a picture on the back, because you'll have this nice mat and then a picture on the back. Or if it's bigger, I might use this as the mat and put my picture on the front. So I don't know. Those are just some things that I do. We have some of these postcards, which are really, really nice. And let's see, we have some more. But it's all very floral, a floral theme going on. And I got all this ephemera, and give you a little sneak peek. See some of the pages. Well, the pages that I'm using are very floral. I used some papers that I bought from, I believe it's called Country at Heart 2008. And she has a lot of just papers. So I bought papers from her. It's not like a normal digital kit where it has pages and then ephemera and stuff like that. These were she has ephemera that you can buy. As you can see here, I have different bundles of ephemera. But her papers are just sheets of paper. But they are so super pretty, as you can see, because it's very shabby chic, kind of vintagey, which is right up my alley. So, I did buy a couple things from her, and she's having a sale right now too. I will leave a link to her shop below, just so you can check it out as well if you want. But so that was really my question. To ink or not to ink? That is the question. And if you don't, what do you do? So in the comments below, leave me any feedback that you want. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.